Okay, Dan, you're up. Dan is going to do the introduction of our speaker via Zoom today.
Hi, everyone. I had full intentions on being there in person today, but that doesn't do anything to diffuse my excitement about the program today. I've had the chance to observe a small construction project happening in my hometown of Windsor. I don't know how many of you have been over there, but rising out of the earth are a number of facilities, and it is going to be called the Future Legends Sports Park Complex. And I thought that it might be appropriate because some of you have heard about the two professional teams that will be playing at the complex, the Colorado Owls and the Northern Colorado Hailstorm, soccer league and baseball teams that everyone's going to have a chance to see play later this summer. So I'm excited today. I've been able to meet some of the executives of the organization over there. And joining us today is Blake Baker, who is the communications director for the Owls baseball team. But he's going to give us a preview of the entire complex and the two teams that will be playing there, as well as everything else that is planned for the Future Legends Sports Complex. So without further ado, I would like to introduce Blake Baker of Future Legends. Blake, it's all yours.
Start the slideshow. Thank you very much, Dan. How many of you have heard or seen the complex out there? Just out of curiosity, you've seen what's going on out there? All right, so the majority of you have not, which means this is a worthy cause here. Awesome. Like Dan said, I'm Blake Baker. I'm the communications manager for the Owls, but I'm here on behalf of Future Legends as a whole, as well as the Northern Colorado Hailstorm, the soccer team. And we're also, can't spread too much news on this yet, but we are bringing in a third professional team to the complex as well when everything is, planned out and starts coming all together. So I kind of want to start by apologizing that my voice is a little raspy. I'm not quite adapted to Colorado. I just moved out here. So people say it's allergies, I guess, or it might be allergies. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not quite adapted. Are allergies bad this time of year? I don't know. Okay. All right. Either way, I guess my body might not have adjusted, but I am certainly adjusting to kicking off this part of my career in colorful Colorado. And speaking of color, let me paint you a picture here. So it's 2018 and the Owls are still in Orem, right? They've been there in Orem, Utah for a long time. They've won 5 league championships. They've had a number of league MVPs. They've had a number of MLB All-Stars. They even had guys that went on to win a World Series or two. And the Katofsky family, who's the ownership group there, they're thinking bigger though, much bigger, right? They announced that the team had plans to move to Pueblo. Okay, and they were going to bring with them 6 youth baseball fields and 3 hotels. And the overarching term they like to use is a family funplex. I don't know if you've heard that before, but fun little term to throw around there. Wasn't real fun in 2020 though. Can't imagine why that project got stalled. But yeah, it didn't end up going down in Pueblo, but that ended up being actually an okay thing because this guy got involved. I'm not sure how many of you know who this guy is, Ryan Spilborghs. He was on the Rockies roster when they went to the World Series in 2007. He's actually a broadcaster for them right now. And this is kind of how we feel about the fact that he's involved as well. He's a great guy. He has helped procure the land that we are building upon right now, partnered with the Katofsky family to be a co-owner of the project. And that when they decided on Windsor, they upped the ante even more. So before it was 6 baseball fields, 3 hotels, and this is what they're looking at now. Right, so packed into 118 acres. We got baseball and softball fields littered all over the place. To the right, you can see soccer fields as well, multi-purpose surfaces. Soccer fields go down as that. Many more of those in the indoor arena, the bubble, the dome, whatever colloquially you like to use. The big white thing there that takes up space, as well as lodging. So I mentioned the hotels and proud to announce that our 3 hotels on campus will be Hilton hotels, 2 of which actually will make up the structure of the pro sports arena. But I don't want to get ahead of myself. These are barracks. So I don't know if at Cooperstown, where the Baseball Hall of Fame is at, our co-owner, Casey Katofsky, went there growing up for baseball tournaments. Absolutely loved his time. Thought it was an amazing idea to have dormitories where the players would stay, hotels right there on campus for families to just hang around and kill time. And it's all right here in the same place. So they don't even have to leave the park. And these dormitories will be good for all the players to hang out. We have youth tournaments. One notable one coming in the summer is called Baseball for All, which is actually an all-female league. Monet Davis, I don't know if anybody remembers her from the Little League World Series 5, 6, 7 years back. She's actually a figurehead, one of the administrators for that. But point is, there's lodging as well as retail. So they won't even have to leave the complex. That's the whole point. Family funplex. Here you see the Future Legends Grill. That's an idea they've had, as well as coffee shops. And I believe there's like a bodega style corner store, convenience store kind of idea, as well as a number of other establishments that will be there all in one row for people to enjoy. And then the crown jewel, probably. I teased it a little bit. It's not going to say Future Legends. It's actually going to say Ticket Smarter Stadium. That is not only our tickets partner, our tickets sponsor, it's also our naming rights partner for the stadium here. So we're really excited about that as well. This is where all the teams will be playing out of. So right now we have the Northern Colorado Hailstorm FC. It's a long name. You just call them Hailstorm. Hail, yeah. It's an awesome hashtag, isn't it? I love that. The name Hailstorm lends itself to so many good puns, I will say. As a person who works for the Owls, we got some, but I'm jealous of how many they got. So Hailstorm will play out of here as well as the Owls. It's going to seat about 6,500 and between 10 and 20,000 for concerts, events, anything you can think of fitting all these Northern Colorado residents in here right in your backyard. So that should be opened up in 2023. But in the meantime, here's one thing we're really excited about to give you a little development on our part. This is our north field, one of those fields where the baseball will be played. You can see the turf went down. It's not entirely finished, but it looks great. I mean, they just have to, I don't know the technology behind it, but the rubber, they got to lay the rubber down. Sprint Turf is actually the company that's helping us out with that. We've actually had some baseball players that have wanted to go out there and get some practice, but they can't quite use it yet. So we've had to kick them off, but that's how good it looks. It looks ready to go, right? You just have to make sure that all the pieces are in place, I should say. So the Katofskys are a baseball family, but they kicked off this venture with a professional soccer team, brand new professional soccer team. So the Owls were established a little bit, kind of moved. This is a brand new team. So they're led by Eamon Zayed. He is an Irish-born head coach. He's actually only 38. He is a player's coach for sure. He's only like maybe 2 seasons removed from his last professional season. So the reason they call him Mr. Hat-Trick, in fact, he was playing, I think it was his 11th professional season. He was playing in Persepolis, which is down in Iran. The Tehran Derby is a big rivalry, but it was looking bleak. It was 2-0 in favor of the other guys. And an important detail, they only had 10 guys. They were missing one guy. Eamon Zayed scored a hat trick in the final 10 minutes. His team won. In the League of Ireland, where he played for a number of years as well, his hometown, he is 23rd all time in goals, 127 scored for the record. So all that kind of made him a legend, right? And now he's at Future Legends with the Hailstorm, and his roster has guys from truly all over the place. So not even just all over the place in the US, you got guys from Oklahoma and California and Washington State and Nevada, but you also got guys from Australia and Scotland and Ireland and Haiti. And what am I missing? Serbia. One of their coaches is from Wales, played for the Welsh national team. 6'7" dude, you wouldn't miss him. He's a good. Not to mention, there's guys from Fort Collins. There's one guy from down the road in Westminster. So you got kind of an international flair going on, but you also got some hometown heroes, right? And kind of make them comfortable here in Colorado, which is pretty awesome. It's a good group. They love playing with each other. They're all living together, which is a really cool feature of what we're doing out there as well. I believe it's the Rain Dance apartment complex out there in Windsor. I've never been there. I've passed by it a couple times. I'm jealous, I will say. But they're all living together. They love it. They've established some good relationships. And that has especially showed throughout this early part of the season. They have played in the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup, along with opening their USL League One season. In the U.S. Open Cup, which was their very first game, they won. Very first game of their career. It was a thrilling finish too. Yeah, they were down in Springs. They were playing the Switchbacks, Colorado Springs Switchbacks, which is a division up. So we call this a cup set. We love that term. Yeah, but it was a thriller. So in the 96th minute, tied 0-0, Jerry Dedew, he's a Haitian. The guy down here looking a little emotional, celebrating all around him. He put one in the 96th minute. It was a beautiful goal. Very first goal in team history, very first win in team history. And you see some supporters, we like to call them the storm chasers. Actually, I think that I wanted hail raisers, but they didn't take that one. When they went with storm chasers, that's still pretty good. They're excited. We've had some support for them the first few games, and backed it up with some wins as well. This win, as well as one over an MLS team, right? I don't know if anybody heard about this one. Real Salt Lake went out there a couple of weeks ago, and yes, it was the following round of the U.S. Open Cup, and Captain Rob Cornwall uncorked one from outside the penalty area in the 70th minute, and the Hailstorm took home that one as well. Huge couple wins, another cup set, a bigger cup set in their second round against an MLS team. They were denting everything. That's another hashtag. I just want to see Rich. I stole that from Spilly, from Ryan Spilborgs. He came up with that one. So I can't take credit, but they did get knocked out of the U.S. Open Cup last night in an effort against Union Omaha. They were playing in Omaha, and I believe it was a round of 32. So they made it. They were one of the final two teams from their league to make it. So now Omaha is the only one left. But it was a really good run. It's been a really, really exciting first part of the season. Been very visible, obviously. We're trying to get the word out, and I'm sure that the jerseys here were visible to all of you. I'm sure we all like New Belgium beer. Yeah, Voodoo Ranger. I'm not even from here, and I know all about Voodoo Ranger. So this was the kit reveal, actually my very first day on the job. That was taking place at New Belgium. They look really good. These are the home and away jerseys. And not only is it like a cool visible sponsor, but they're pretty involved as well to tease a little bit of what they got coming down the pipeline. They're looking at a social media giveaway, I guess. If you can, take a photo of yourself wearing the jersey, watching the Hailstorm, drinking the beer, you might just win yourself some free beer. You might win a free jersey signed by all the players and coaches and whatnot. So they're getting out there as well. They're very excited to be on board with us, and we're excited that they're helping us out. Steve, I believe, is the owner there, or contact there that we have. He's been awesome, been very supportive of what we got going on. So all that excitement underway for the Hailstorm, and actually the Owls started that today. They're over in at Jackson Field, starting their spring training. I actually came from there, so my shoes might be a little dusty. But yeah, they kicked off their spring training today. That will go through the 25th, actually, is when they start their regular season. It is spring training number 12 for Corey Snyder. I'm not sure if anybody's heard of Corey Snyder, former big leaguer, but a manager more recently. This is his 7th season as a skipper, as the manager. He has managed in 3 different countries on 2 different continents. In the U.S., it was in the Golden Baseball League, a little independent league. He was in St. George, Utah for a while. Spent a season in Maui, really tough ask of him. And then he moved over to, he wasn't a manager there, but he moved into the Mariners system. So he was in AA in Jackson, Tennessee with the team. He was in Tacoma with the Mariners AAA team as a hitting coach. Got back to managing down in Mexico, where he took Pericos de Puebla. They won the Mexican League title in 2016, and he was the 4th American manager to ever do that at the time. The next year, he was in Taiwan and nearly won the whole thing again. It would have given him consecutive crowns on 2 different continents. That would have been pretty wild. But CTBC Brothers, I believe, was the team name there. They were 1 game away from winning the title. He spent 1 extra season there. And then that brought us to 2019, which was the Owls' last season in Orem. And he actually took a front office position. He was the director of public relations. So not only does he have chops in baseball in America, does he have chops in the organization itself, but he has chops as a player. He spent 9 years in the major leagues, kicking it all the way back to the beginning of his career in BYU. Little fun fact, first 3 at bats, home runs. I think it was like 4 swings or something ridiculous like that. So it's, sign of things to come, right? And then by his senior year, he was a first-team All-American in 1984. Little known guys like Mark McGuire, Rafael Palmeiro, those guys are on the list as well. Pretty good company. He also represented the U.S. at the Olympics that year. Remember, they were still taking amateurs. And it was actually the first organized USA baseball team. McGuire was on that list as well. Barry Larkin, I don't know if you've heard of that name as well. He was on the team. So once again, in good company. And then as if 1984 wasn't good enough for him, a few months later, he was the number 4 overall pick in the draft by the Cleveland Indians. So 4th overall. He got drafted as a shortstop, but he ended up playing in the outfield. He debuted in 1986, so not even 2 seasons after he was drafted. And by the end of that season, he was 4th in the AL Rookie of the Year voting. So he had a really, really good rookie year. Played 9 seasons, like I said, bounced around a little bit. Played in Cleveland, played in Chicago with the White Sox, up in Toronto with the Blue Jays, out in San Francisco with the Giants, and then down in his hometown of LA with the Dodgers to finish off his career. In that time, played more than 1,000 games, 1,068 to be exact. He hammered 149 homers, brought home 488 RBI, and scored 439 runs himself. So pretty good career. 250-ish hitter for his career. Not too shabby. Most importantly, though, better than all those numbers probably, is he showed a knack and a knowledge to really stick around the game as long as he wanted to, right? And that kind of brings us to where we are now. Every single one of these guys, plus all the ones that I didn't picture, they all reference Corey Snyder's experience in why they chose to come here to Colorado and play. And they chose to come here to Colorado from all over the place. Kind of like the soccer team. There's only one international guy, Uriel Rivera there on the far left in the middle. He's wearing an Angels jersey. He was actually drafted by the Angels. One of the only guys with, we call it affiliated ball experience. So he was drafted. He played for the Owls actually in 2018 and 19. So he's back because of Corey's experience. All these other guys came from Ohio and New York. The guy from New York actually just got done playing in the Olympics, excuse me, with Israel. So we got an Olympian in our midst as well. You're talking Georgia, we're talking Texas, we're talking New York, we're talking New Mexico, Massachusetts, Connecticut, Arkansas, Washington State, California, Kentucky, Utah, Michigan, all over the map. And a matter of fact, we actually have 4 guys from Colorado as well. So kind of like the hailstorm, there's not quite the international flair, like I like to call it, but there is, a widespread range. And then there's also a handful that are making people comfortable in Colorado. The 20 of our guys, I think, are from a certain league last year. The MVP of that league is from Colorado Springs. He's coming up here to play. Preston Snavely, he is from Fort Collins High School. He was at Lincoln. And then we got 2 guys from right in Windsor. So this park is right in their backyard. So we're really excited about this group. I think they're all excited to be here. All of these graphics are a part of our player announcement series that's going on right now. I think we have 37 of them, thereabouts, and we'll narrow it down to 25 by the time that spring training is over, so that Corey Snyder and some of the coaches have a tough task ahead of them. But yeah, season starts May 25th. There will be an exhibition game down in Colorado Springs on the 21st. So not this upcoming Saturday, but the Saturday following. Then they'll make some cuts and we'll get rolling on the season. So that kind of catches us up to now. And again, I apologize for my scratchy throat, but I've just been really itching to share all this information. And I hope that I have scratched any itches you might have had about learning about this complex here. So thanks a lot. Sure. Yeah, I'll open it up for any questions. I don't know if anybody's got more they want to hear about.
So for this season, will any of these games be played at the complex?
Last I heard,
Could you repeat it so the Zoom people can hear the question?
yeah, so the question was whether this season will be played at the Future Legends complex because it is still being built. So the last that I heard, the construction is set to be done on June 1st in time for the Owls home opener. And then the Hailstorm will follow it up a week later with their first home game. So that's the plan. They are at spring training at Jackson Field right now, but the plan is to be back on Future Legends grounds. Yeah.
Date of completion for all of this.
For all of it, I want to say 2024. The big stadium is of the essence, obviously, and that's 2023, just because there's so much that's going into that. The structure of that is pre-built as of right now. The question, by the way, was what the overall date of completion. I want to say 2024. I think that's the plan as of right now. So the smaller field, which we're calling Future Legends Field, and that's 2022. The big stadium, 2023. The overall project, as far as I know, is 2024.
What was the financial background of the people from Utah?
The ownership group, the question was about the ownership group and what their background is financially. So Jeff Katofsky is the owner. He is a lawyer in California. I I think his team has, or his family has been involved in real estate and other business ventures as well. So they really wanted to get involved with the hotel side and the other retail side. So they have some experience doing that, but his day-to-day is a lawyer out in California.
Of all the places they could have gone, why did they pick this area?
That's a great question. I think that it's the fact that, you know, minor league sports is such a community-based thing, right? It's not really about the product on the field. We love to say that the Owls have won 5 titles, but it's more so about the fact that the Owls are in the community, right? And it's a fun event for a family to go out to on a Tuesday night in July and have a great time and have be around people that they're, excited about being in the community. So I think that it's a place that was very, I don't know if starved is too dramatic a word, but it's a place that they really wanted to leave an imprint of, we're bringing this to your community. We're excited about coming to this community. They moved on from Pueblo, and I think they saw this as a better location in the long run because of some of the college towns around, and it's a good mix of the demographics and whatnot. And Spilly just had the idea. Ryan Spilborgs was the one that kind of procured the land, so he saw something in it for sure. But it's about the community. Yeah.
And where's the location at? Where's it being built at?
It's off of 257 out in Windsor. So again, forgive me, I'm kind of new around here, but 257 is where it's off of Eastman Park, and 257 is like the closest intersection I could think of.
Yeah.
Diamond Valley Drive is the I get my car fixed over there, Silver Line mechanic and whatnot. That's all over there. There's a charter school over there. I'm just throwing out details in case it rings any bells if I missed any. But yeah, it's a construction site for sure, but they're working on it.
Not far from Doug.
Not far at all. Not far at all. It's that's right there on the corner of Main Street. If you take the roundabout up 257, there's that one light, the Eastman Park light. You take a left there, take a left on Diamond Valley, and you'll run right into it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how about some of your background, where you came from, and what you did before this?
Oh man, I'm not the important one here. I'm from Ohio, so the question was about my background as well. I'm from Central Ohio, so I want to give a shout out to my fellow Buckeye fan somewhere up here, Dr. A. Yes, I love to hear that. All right, I got a good crowd. Awesome. Not a lot. It's okay. I was telling this table too. My whole fiance's family is Michigan fans, so I've gotten a little banter back and forth. It's been good. I'm from Central Ohio. I went to school in Ohio. I went right out of school to work at Ohio State. Actually, while I was in school, I was working with the AAA baseball team in Indianapolis, the Indians. Somebody said Speedway too. That's where I was living. Yeah, I was living in Speedway, right by the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And that was 2018, 2019, I graduated. I worked at Ohio State until 2020. You know what happened in 2020 with all the fallout. I was doing digital media there. So I was taking some video, taking some photos, writing for the website, posting to social media, that type of stuff. Then I moved out with my fiance to Indiana. She worked in Warsaw, Indiana, the orthopedic capital of America, for anybody who's worried about that. And but it was close to like Fort Wayne and South Bend. So I would do some freelance video sports stuff there as well. Did some broadcast behind the scenes type of stuff. I wasn't on camera or anything too much. And then I found the opportunity out here. So I actually sent Casey Katowski, who I referenced, and I just sent him a DM asking similar questions to what you guys had about the complex. I was curious. And I think it was 2 weeks later, somebody contacted me. 2 weeks after that, I was headed out here. So it was a pretty quick turnaround. It was like 18 hours, I think, to get out here. And it's, as you know, it's been really windy. So driving the U-Haul all the way out here and in the wind has been a little tough, but we've been really settled. It's been awesome. Our team is great. It's a pretty tight knit group. It's about 20 people right now, 25 people. And I think for the moment, we're kind of done building the staff. We got some game day people coming in for the seasons, but in terms of our full-time staff, we're, good for now at like 20, 25. So yeah, I'm really excited to be here, and I'm excited to get the word out to, all the community members, and just get ready for the summer. I mean, I was just out of spring training, like I said. I'm ready to see them all in uniform and get going.
Is there
Any questions on the Zoom call?
Yeah, exactly. Any Zoomers have any questions?
Yeah, you mentioned that, maybe you did, I didn't hear it. The affiliation of the club, is this independent league, or is there an affiliation here?
Yeah, it's independent league, and it's weird to, I'm coming up with the perfect way to describe this because it's a weird situation. So in 2020, when Major League Baseball cut down the minor leagues, I'm sure we have some familiarity with this. They took out a bunch of teams and kind of shuffled things around. They made the Pioneer League, which is what the Orem Owls used to be in, what we're in now, a partner league. So it's not affiliated. They used to be affiliated with the Angels, and that basically just means that you get drafted by a team and you go through their system, their farm system, these individual teams leading up to the major league club. That's no longer the case. These guys are Owls, and they will be Owls until they are signed by a major league club into affiliated ball, which is Corey's big goal. I mean, when I referenced that all of them said that experience was crucial, he knows everybody, and they know that. So they're here for that reason, but it's not affiliated. The goal is to get into affiliated. It's fun. The league is funded by the MLB, but it's not an MLB affiliated league, if that makes sense.
So what level would you call it? Is it A league or
It's independent. ball.
league?
It's independent ball.
Independent ball?
Yeah.
Okay.
They used to be rookie, which was low A, I believe, or maybe low A, rookie A. So it was like when guys got drafted, it was like their first stop was Orem.
Right.
And now it's just, yeah, these guys are playing professional baseball to try and be an affiliated ball now. So it's not affiliated, it's independent ball. I hope that answers the question. I hope that wasn't too much information. I just kind of, I'm trying to perfect the way that people understand that. So it's a weird situation, but I think I have another question. I think.
Yeah, are there any plans for increasing the highway system? 257 is pretty busy already.
Yeah.
And so is 392. There's going to be more roads, that kind of thing built.
I haven't heard anything about that. The question was about if 257 and 392 will be the only roads to access the complex because it gets pretty congested. And I've also heard that doing my research about Fort Collins, where I live, and Windsor and all the surrounding areas, Greeley. It is the traffic and whatnot. So I don't know of any plans. I don't think, as far as I know, I don't think Future Legends is involved in any of those plans. But that's not to say that nothing is, around the corner. I'm not exactly sure, but yeah, I haven't heard anything about that.
Hey, Blake,
Yes.
Doug Armbrust here, a fellow Buckeye.
There you
and
go.
a proud graduate of The Ohio State University.
Perfect.
Welcome anyway to Colorado.
Thank you.
Great place to
I
live.
feel very welcome. This is a great crowd. Everybody's been very inviting. Love living here I think I've been here about 6 weeks. I was telling them. Got a dog, very dog friendly. I love it. It's very walkable. You can bike everywhere. It's a great place to be. I'm very excited to be here.
That was good.
Awesome. Well, thank you all very much for your time. Again, I'm happy to be here sharing this information. I hope you'll come out for our legendary future.
Thank you.